Welcome to Earth and Kind Quests. My name is Mike, and this video shares a brief review of the Red Dragons in the new 2025 Monster Manual in Dungeons & Dragons. As you might expect, the new Red Dragons are more powerful than their counterparts in the previous Monster Manual. At the time of recording this video, the new Monster Manual has been unlocked for early access online in D&D Beyond. Red Dragons are known for their fire breath and association with elemental fire energy. I happen to be preparing for an epic encounter of 4 characters at level 8 on a quest to confront an adult red dragon inside the dragon's volcano lair. In my view, the Red Dragon has been an iconic monster linked to the older world mythologies of a fire-breathing dragon, primordial elemental energy, the relationship between nature and magic, and more. Red dragons are distinguished not only by their red color, but also by their association with fire. Other dragons are associated with different damage types. Red dragons breathe fire as a weapon. They are immune to fire damage. They tend to live in places with fiery ambiance. Often, red dragons are interpreted as fiery in their personality and temper, acting fiercely, aggressively, and perhaps arrogantly. The Monster Manual provides the statistics for red dragons in the standard age categories of Wormling, Young, Adult, and Ancient. The extra Great Worm category is missing here. We can understand that the dragons grow more powerful with their older age. They grow larger, and accordingly they gain larger hit dice. They increase their ability scores, proficiency bonus, numbers of attacks, and diversity of available features. Dragons of adult age or older gain extra powers of spellcasting, legendary resistance, and legendary actions. Typically, adult and older dragons occupy a lair as well, and they can access a few regional effects. In the new 2025 Monster Manual, dragons and other epic creatures no longer are equipped with lair actions. Instead, a lair is associated with 2 or 3 regional effects. Otherwise, the special actions have been incorporated into the legendary actions. At any age, a red dragon can breathe fire as a breath weapon in the shape of a cone. With increasing age category, the cone becomes larger, and it can inflict more damage. Additionally, the dexterity saving throw against the fire breath weapon increases along with the dragon's relevant ability score and proficiency bonus, all increasing with the dragon's age. The breath weapon is not available during every round of combat. Rather, it is charged and ready during a dragon's first turn, and then, potentially it can recharge at the start of each of the dragon's next turns. A recharge involves rolling 1d6. A red dragon can recharge its breath weapon with a result of 5 or 6. When the fire breath weapon is not available, then a dragon still can deliver other powerful attacks. Previously, dragons made a bite attack and separate claw attacks. The new 2025 dragons make only a rend attack. A wormling previously made only 1 bite attack, and the new red dragon wormling makes 2 rend attacks. Starting at young age, the new red dragons now make 3 rend attacks. Previously, red dragons of adult or older age could attempt a tail swipe attack, as well as a wing attack as a legendary action, but these options no longer are available in the 2025 Monster Manual. Still retained in the 2025 Monster Manual, however, are the features of legendary resistance and legendary actions for dragons of adult or older age. Legendary resistance means that an adult or ancient red dragon can fail a saving throw, and then decide to succeed instead. Previously, an adult or older red dragon could use this feature 3 times per day. With the new 2025 Monster Manual, an adult red dragon can use its legendary resistance 3 times per day outside the lair, or 4 times within its lair. An ancient red dragon can use this feature 4 times outside its lair, and 5 times inside its lair. The extra use of legendary resistance inside the lair could provide extra incentive for an adult or ancient dragon to remain at the lair, where the dragon can draw on this power source. Along with the legendary resistance, most epic monsters gain legendary actions. The legendary actions allow for adult and ancient dragons to make their regular actions during their turns as normal, and then they can access extra actions at the end of another creature's turn. Previously, adult and ancient red dragons could use this extra legendary action 3 times, and then they needed to wait until their next turn to regain this feature. The mechanics still work in the same way for the legendary actions, however now an adult or ancient red dragon gains 3 legendary actions outside its lair and 4 legendary actions inside the lair. Like with the legendary resistance feature, now we can see more reasons for an adult or ancient dragon to remain within its lair, and we can imagine how the lair grants extra powers for the dragon. The options for the legendary actions, though, have changed. The previous versions included a detect action, a tail attack, and a wing attack. The new versions include casting command at 2nd level, casting scorching ray, or making a pounce maneuver to move up to half of the dragon's speed and make 1 rend attack. Another important missing feature now is the frightening presence of dragons of adult or older age. In the 2025 Monster Manual, this feature no longer exists. Instead, each kind of dragon now can access a range of spellcasting that could be debilitating for a few characters during each round of combat. Previously, spellcasting was an optional feature for young and older dragons. Now, spellcasting is fixed for adult and older dragons, and potentially it can be devastating. Previously, the frightening presence provided a standardized way for a dragon to strike fear into its enemies. Ordinary commoners, most natural beasts, and most lower-level characters almost certainly would fail their saving throws and become frightened. Nonetheless, some low-level features could help with advantage on the saving throws or grant immunity to the frightened condition. With the new 2025 Monster Manual, adult red dragons can cast Command as a 2nd-level spell affecting 2 creatures. Additionally, they can cast Detect Magic, Scorching Ray, and Fireball. Scorching Ray could replace 1 Rend Attack. Fireball is available only once per day. Ancient red dragons can cast the same spells, plus they can cast Scrying once per day. The Ancient Dragon's version of Scorching Ray is upcast at 3rd level. I interpret the Scorching Ray as a new version of the lair actions and natural hazards that previously could cause fountains of magma to erupt in spots of the dragon's choice. Scorching Ray does not deliver as much damage, but it can be used more often and against separate opponents. In my view, the command spell is the most powerful feature here. When upcast as 2nd level, the spell can affect any 2 creatures that the dragon can see within a range of 60 feet. Moreover, I should note that the dragon's blind sight allows to see more creatures than otherwise might be possible. The wisdom saving throw is difficult at 20 for an adult red dragon and 23 for an ancient red dragon. Probably one character and possibly two characters will fail the wisdom saving throw, and then they will expend their entire next turns with the commanded action, such as to flee, to grovel, or to do something else that will disable them during their turns and create a disadvantageous situation for them at the starts of their next turns. An adult or ancient red dragon can cast Command or Scorching Ray as a legendary action. However, both of those options are available only once as a legendary action, and then the dragon can regain them at the start of its next turn. Typically, the legendary actions would start with the Command spell, then next move to the Scorching Ray option, followed by use of the Pounce feature with the Rend Attack. I should clarify that the Lair actions no longer are part of the new 2025 Monster Manual, not only for dragons but also for all of the monsters. Instead, we now see usually two minor regional effects. The new adult and ancient red dragons can create two regional effects within a radius of 1 mile around their lairs. Burning Heat adds 1d4 fire damage to any creature with the burning condition. Smoldering Haze creates lightly obscured space, and any creature completing a long rest here must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or else become poisoned for the next 1 hour. I would have liked to see some other features of the Red Dragon to impose the burning condition as a way to maximize the effect of the Burning Heat regional effect. I might add natural hazards that create fire damage and the burning condition. I like how the Smoldering Haze can impose a risk for characters to attempt a long rest in a dangerous place near a dragon's lair. In most cases, though, I can imagine that characters can expend a few low-level resources to avoid or overcome the poisoned condition, or else they might find a way to wait for 1 hour before doing anything else dangerous. I would like to note that a few key aspects about red dragons, and generally about all dragons, have remained the same in the new 2025 Monster Manual. For instance, most dragons gain blind sight with increasing range according to their age, plus they are equipped with strong perception skills, again increasing in power with a dragon's age. Most dragons are difficult to defeat with their high armor class and large numbers of hit points. In the 2025 Monster Manual, the armor class and hit points were increased for many of the monsters, but such was not the case for the red dragons. Instead, all of these features remain the same, except that the new ancient red dragon actually shows fewer hit points. I would like to mention one more special feature of the new red dragons. All red dragons now add their proficiency bonus to their initiative rolls. Adult and ancient red dragons add double of their proficiency bonus. Previously, red dragons of all ages were poor with their initiative rolls based on a dexterity of 10 and 0 bonus regardless of their age. Previously, characters could devise ways to approach with stealth, although dragons probably could detect them with their blind sight and high perception skill. Otherwise, more effectively, characters could find ways to boost their initiative rolls in order to unload as much damage as possible against a dragon before the dragon could even enter into the combat initiative or access its legendary actions. Now, with the 2025 Monster Manual, all red dragons can gain a greater likelihood to act first during a combat encounter. This aspect is more powerful than you might notice at first, especially for an adult or ancient red dragon. Now they can act earlier during the combat, and they can access their legendary actions as soon as they enter the initiative count. They no longer can use layer actions on initiative count 20. Yet their new legendary actions are exceptionally powerful, such as when casting command against 2 opponents at once, and with a very high difficulty of the wisdom saving throw. Overall, the new 2025 Red Dragons are more powerful than their prior counterparts. They can deliver more damage per turn. They are more likely to act first or at least near the beginning of the initiative count. At adult age or older, they can access more powerful features, especially within their lairs. Previously, I planned for an encounter with an adult red dragon as potentially deadly but certainly within the capability of 4 characters at level 8. With the new 2025 adult red dragon, however, this encounter will be significantly more difficult and perhaps impossible. What are your thoughts and experiences about the new versions of Red Dragons in the 2025 Monster Manual? Please share in the comment section. While you are considering your comments, you might enjoy a brief sample of lava-themed ambiance audio provided by Fantasy Craft Forge. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.